Shalom, call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Bahashim Kakodash, double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of great millstone, even the elders that came before them, that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful like tabernacle of David. I'm the elder Yashawan. Shalom and salutations to you all. And this devil is just cold being exposed, and he can't hide anymore. He can't hide behind myths and lies and point at somebody else. 2 Thessalonians 2:8, and then shall that wicked be revealed. He's being revealed in front of everybody right now, and they just can't believe it. Here it is, we've been saying these things, catching hell. Now these people are being forced to accept what we've been saying. Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. That's what we've been saying. This is us saying it. We are the Lord's mouth, and the Spirit of the Lord is moving through us, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Annihilate by the majesty of his arrival. Okay. Destroy him by the splendor of his coming. It's going to be such a majestic event, right? Replete with miracles, okay, and astounding feats, right? Complete majesty. We're talking about Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the creator of all things. All right, so this devil can't hide anymore. I'm gonna play two little clips because right now this devil is being revealed. He can't believe it, right? And the only thing he's gonna have left in his arsenal is to pull out a big old stick and go to wail. All right, he who carries a big stick or whatever. All right.
Evil is the absence of good, which is essentially true, but evil also is resident in certain spiritual entities that are even now, I think.
Okay, so you don't get to explain what evil is anymore or explain it away. It's you. Okay? It's you doing all these things. Okay? Oh, it's some guy in a red suit. No, nigga, it's you. You're the one doing these things, okay? And this, you get to stand behind a book and point the other way. That shit's over now. Okay? This bullshit's over. You're that fucking devil. You're Satan, nigga. You're the devil. Look how red you are up against your, look at this, red, white, and blue. Okay? Red, white, and blue, the lion-ass flag of the devil. You are as red as you can be. You're not white. You're red, you're the devil, white and blue.
And have always been at work in the planet, but are on hyperdrive in the time we're living right.
That's you. This nigga is explaining himself and what he's doing while pointing the other way. Listen to, and it's amazing how they've been getting away with this. Talking about themselves. Surely you're turning things upside down, nigga.
The absence of good, which is essentially true, but evil also is resident in certain spiritual entities that are even now, I think, and have always been at work in the planet, but are on hyperdrive in the time we're living right now. Man. What's even worse, I think, about this personality is that he hates you. He really does hate you. I mean, there's not a gracious, kind, loving, sympathetic thought at all. That he finds great pleasure from your...
You're clean contrary. He's clean contrary unto you. He hates you. He is describing, this Edomite right here is describing the way the white man truly feels about black people.
Sufferings and your hardships, and if for no other reason, not because you were necessarily virtuous, because he even hates the non-virtuous person, simply because we are made in the image of the one that he hates the most, and that is God.
Now, that would be us. We're made in the Most High's image. Why? Because of that life, the breath of life. We have it, and your spirit is not upright in you, and you're mad about
In
that.
verse 8, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who
That's you, Esau.
leads the whole world astray, he was hurled to the earth and his angels with him.
You're being hurled to the earth right now. You're falling from your heaven, which is your rulership, your kingdom. This is your kingdom of heaven. And Trump is the king. He's the God of this world. And he's showing everybody exactly who he is. He can't hold his shit coming out because of the wickedness that he's done. Right? Them parties and doing it in the butt and saxe. And Johanna's right there with him. Nate is right there with him. 501c3 lying about who the devil is. Nate is in lockstep with this guy. Johanna's in lockstep with this guy. All right? All got 501c3s, got a book, and they're lying about it. All know the truth.
Essentially, he is disrobed and exposed so he can no longer disguise himself
Epstein files.
as an angel of light.
The Epstein files. Okay? The trap door, the altar, Baal, sex traffic, murder. Glad I didn't kill nobody. Right? Fair use.
His true character becomes more and more revealed, that he is a vicious, raging, voracious, monstrous source of unlimited evil, responsible for all of the death and the disease and the destruction that we see around the world.
So-called white man. Isn't it amazing how you can sit here and read this? Is this a version that he's reading of the scriptures? Because he's nailing himself.
That he's no longer composed himself as an angel of light at this point of the tribulation.
We see the Epstein file.
But he is exposed for who he is, an enormous, horrible dragon. But
that's you, Esau, an enormous, horrible dragon. It's all coming out. All right? Hollywood, children, music, politics, everything. Okay?
Till then, he remains dangerous. As Peter warns us again in 1 Peter 5:8, he's prowling around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour.
He's taking all the good precepts. I can't even get nothing.
So we never should underestimate him. In fact, when Paul wrote to the Corinthians in the second,
we should never underestimate, never trust your enemy, the devil.
Corinthians 2:11, he says, we are not ignorant of Satan's device.
Yeah, we know that it's you. You're red and your shirt is white. We know. Nobody knows the devil, the guy with the pitchfork, the horns, and the tail. He's red.
And yet, so often, I don't know that we can call it ignorance or just distraction. That we get so caught up in the motion of time, matter, and space that we lose sight of the spiritual dimensions that are more at play and more significant.
This dude hates niggas. He absolutely hates niggas. Right? If there was a truth meter, you could flip on, force this nigga to, I hate you niggers.
And so instead of praying with an earnest focus, we spend a lot of time running around like Chicken Little, complaining that the sky is falling. Not to say that it's not falling.
Yeah, it's falling. It's full of barium, strontium, aluminum, and whatever else you're spraying in that shit to bring about this fog and try to get everybody sick at the same. Only the devil would poison himself.
You see, what is in the meantime Satan's strategy? What is he up to right now?
He's trying to offset the prophecies because he knows that his age of rulership is at an end. It's time for you to go back into slavery. Forever.
Well, it hasn't changed. From the very beginning, Satan has set out to establish a global empire.
Because it was promised to us. And you want the birthright back, but you're not.
We've talked about this in the past. Next week, and when I expand on this whole topic quite a bit, because I'm
going to bring some more lies to further confuse you because I'm mad. My time is at an end.
2 weeks to do nothing but think about this stuff. But his goal has been to establish a global empire over which he can cruelly rule.
They haven't done that. They're giving it to Trump. Everybody's going to consolidate their power and try to give it to Trump.
Kind, through the agency of demons possessed minion by the name of the beast. See, John graphically describes this government, this entity that he's going to rule over and rule from. It has 7 heads. And later on in chapter 17, it says the head and 7 heads are 7 mountains, which I find is interesting.
Oh.
It has...
you know about that, but you can't put it all. You know what it is. You ain't going to go into it.
Horns, which refers to nations or dominions, we're told later on. It has 7 crowns, which means it has leaders or rulers that go from 10 down to 7 and ultimately become consolidated into the power of one man. These rulers will give all of their power and authority to this one man who is nothing else but a placeholder, a puppet for Satan.
That would be DJ Trump, yeah.
Do not get a...
If I can go around this. Is that it for that devil right there, Lion?
Kind of like, our government has been for the last 4 years.
Oh, see? He tried to blame that on Biden. Kind of like our government has been for... No, let's talk about your damn government, idiot. The whore.
4 times John talks about this. He said, I saw a beast rising in chapter 13 out of the sea. That means coming out of humanity. That the beast is I believe, a person. Some people think it's a system, a government, but these things are melded together. But he seems to be an individual having 7 heads, 10 horns, and his horns 10 crowns. But most importantly, it says, and on his head are words, names of blasphemy.
DJ Trump.
That his entire orientation of this new governmental agency is to overthrow the kingdom of God, to resist it, and to take over.
Those that are in charge of the Trump administration.
Now, all of this stuff would be little more than cryptic scribblings.
BB and all of them. They're all in it together.
Not for the book of Daniel and the visions that God gave to him. And it's kind of interesting because when you come to the end of the book of Revelation, John is told, don't seal the book.
Okay, he's just confabulating. You could tell he don't know what he's saying, but when he was saying that, he was reading that, and he's verbatim breaking Esau down, as though we don't know it's you.
But his goal has been to establish a global empire over which he can cruelly rule mankind.
Who? The so-called white man. All right. Anyway, let's get this real quick. Since he didn't. Rev 12. Revelation 12 and 12. Okay. Your witchcraft don't work no more, you damn devil. Therefore, rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Yeah, you're being revealed, and we see you. There was another one, I forgot what it was. Let's see. Bear with me. Let me see if I can find it. What was it? It was one of these Trump or Epstein revelation type things. Let's see, what was it? It was... I might not remember. Let me see. Testimony. What was it? It was something just as bad. Just these truths are just coming out on Esau left and right. The Epstein revelations keep getting worse. This looks really bad. Let me see. Let me see. I mean, right there, the devil just, you can't even speak like that no more. Because we know it's you caught red-handed. Let's see. I don't think that was it. Bear with me. Let's see, what was it? I had another one that said what? Not so much Kurt Cobain as it was, what was it? What was it? War between Judaism. Let's see. What was Dabu? Was it Dabu? Salaki, where's Dabu at? Okay, red-handed Thomas Massey. Let's look at this real quick. I think it was Dabu. Let me see.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Behind me, I have 3 documents from the DOJ production that are emblematic of the massive failure of the DOJ to comply with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. To my right is an email that was sent by the victim's lawyers to the DOJ. It was a list of names not to redact, a list of names not to release. What did the DOJ do with this email? They released this email in the document production. Literally the worst thing you could do to the survivors, you did. And they're getting phone calls. A lot of these people didn't want to be known. And we know you touched the document because you redacted one name and you redacted the lawyer's name, but you left the survivor's name there. The next document I want to show you, that was in the title, the victims' survivors' names, all right? The title of this one is Child Sex Trafficking, Co-Conspirators, fully redacted. And by the way, I'm going to unredact them here. Les Wexner is in this. Now, your your deputy attorney general said, oh, well, he appears hundreds of times in the files, but he doesn't appear in this file until I forced you to release it, where he's listed as a co-conspirator, not to tax evasion, but to child sex trafficking.
Whoa.
Prostitution.
Whoa.
Not to money laundering, child sex trafficking. And then finally, what we have here is the third exhibit that I have is emblematic of the FD 302 release. These are the documents that we need that you're holding on to and over redacting because they have the names of the men who are implicated. How do we know? Because the survivors gave testimony to the FBI, and it's in there. And what happens when you go to the portal at the DOJ to look at what's behind this redaction? Another redaction.
Arrest body.
So we can't even see them. And then there's some of these files you pulled down.
You hear Dabu, arrest Bondi. Arrest Bondi. And then she tries to give some retorts and tries to come back, and they're really, it's just spiraling out of control. Then there was something at the end. What was it? Yeah, apparently, let's see. I think there was one after this too, but anyway, as you can see, this thing is let's go back to the first one. Then show that wicked, right? This wicked is being revealed. Let's get this. I'm gonna get this on the way up because there's just so much, and I love this. Most odious, 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 most Odious, Odious. Odious works of in the Apocrypha? That's not it. So lock it, bear with me. Bear with as I look this up on the phone. Let's see. Odious works. Odious works of witchcraft. Wisdom of Solomon. 12. Let's see. Most odious. You're odious. So lock in. Come on, odious. What I said was Sirach of Wisdom 12. Odious. Let's start at the top. Wisdom of Solomon 12:1. For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore, chasteneth thou them by little and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Lord. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh, and the feasts of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help. These acts right here, right, is this.
From the website that we will never see because we can't search the redactions. So I have several questions for you. Who's responsible? Are you able to track who in your organization
was doing these Old Testament rituals, most odious works of witchcraft that you inherited from the Canaanites, the Egyptians, right? That's what you're out here doing, right? To get your left-handed benefit. But it's over now. It's come to an end. Okay. Or it's coming to an end. So, I mean, you know, he hath but a short time. And, you know, it's only a matter of time before the cufflinks come out. Right? By the brightness of his coming. Right? Whom the Most High shall consume with. We're consuming this devil. Right? With this truth. Finally, people, right, understand that it was us. All right, anyway, I'm going to close with this Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. It's coming right now. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. They're going to have to look back and say, you guys were right. They said all that stuff, we didn't believe them. Now it's true. But that way up the elect ratified. Shalom.